Hey, this is the Earthling Volume 3, not Volume 3, but Episode 3. Um, yeah, vlog. Uh, Seems like every day, like, you think about it, like the people that, if you watch professional football, they got like the guys that take, they like, yard guys, the guys that see how many yards you get, and then they hold the things on the end, and I forgot what they call them, chain gang or something. And like, what if there was a chain gang in life where people could like, people are holding back people that deserve to have what they are have. Racist, people, keep people back. I don't know if there's racist black people or racist white people or racist Asian people or like Karens. Karens come in all colors, like Karens that, try to attack you, like Freemasons and all this bullshit. You have to know a certain something to get by, get to the next level. It's bullshit, you know. Life is just bullshit, They like, try to hold your life hostage and gatekeep. They're bullshit. Yeah, those chain gang people are like gatekeepers. I used to think life was fair, like good people, like there's a reason why people were good, and like evil in life never succeeds and all that, like that, like how they show in like the TV shows and the movies and stuff like that. But evil people really do succeed, and crime does pay sometimes, like that. Good people, sometimes sometimes they sometimes life is sad, it doesn't work out for good people, like you have to realize you're good and realize there's evil in the world to, succeed as a good person. You have to not be taken advantage of and be gullible and like have evil people take advantage of you, and like you have to be, street smart as same time as, keep your stuff together, It's not fair, like people like introduce, like gatekeep gates to keep you in, like you're a kid trying to escape a playpen or something, It's bullshit. People try to make life tougher, tougher than it is, like people that want to use drugs and stuff like that. They want to take advantage of people so they can keep on getting their supply of drugs, and they're afraid of you narking out their drug dealer and all that, and then they try to, there's layers to it, You can't just barge in and like say you're the king of the castle and all that. You have to say what you want to take a part of, and say that over there is bullshit. I don't want nothing to do with that, so keep that shit far away from me. But I didn't watch the Cubs yesterday, but they won. I'm gonna watch them tonight at 7:45. See if they win or not. I don't know, the Earthling, I feel like I'm in a strange land, I guess I'm an Earth kid, like never gotten one certain race. I'm not wholly Korean. I'm not wholly, white, Aryan, or whatever. I won't be accepted by either of them, but at the same time, I'll be accepted by both of them too. I don't know if I believe in, mixing races, like that. I don't know if they shouldn't legalize it. They shouldn't make a law against it, but it's not right. It just confuses kids. Race mixing. I don't know. It's part of my PTSD, growing up, like being like the outcast, the black sheep, even though I was a good person, and all the people blaming stuff on me, like I did something wrong, like I'm the criminal or something, and I'm just a good person, and it wasn't fair on me. Like I said, I'm straight edge. I've always been straight edge. I tried weed once, but I didn't like the way it made me feel, But the one time I did it, my mom caught me and she sent me to rehab, and like every time I went out, my brother would and his friends would joke around, and I'd get out of rehab and my brother and his friends would blow weed smoke into my face, and they call it a shotgun. They said you have to do this and stuff like that. It's bullshit. If I controlled 100% of my life from day one, I'd be, a successful person, I think. I don't know if my schizophrenia would still exist. Or is it because of my numerology, like I feel like I'm not a power, but I'm, like a sovereign or divine citizen, like with my numerology. Me being the 999, 9 7s, I'm more like a singularity. But nobody can deny that. That's why nobody tries to disprove me. I'm the human singularity. If I was as smart as AI, I'd really have something, Maybe one of these days, they'll merge humans with AI. And I'll have a chance as far as explaining where I'm coming from, I'm trying to explain where I'm coming from in these videos, but like it gets diluted, and there's voices that shout out at me, like whenever I'm trying to do my videos and stuff, and I can't, fully, like say my full thoughts on it, because I'd be here for hours and hours, But this is episode 3 of the Earthling, like I missed yesterday, but I was tired yesterday because I was staying up for a couple nights in a row, but and stay tuned and subscribe, and I'll be back probably tomorrow. Alright, bye.